This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Oh, yes, it's the Foxy Lady, the feminine touch to the program. She's a smoke show from Glencoe's Lil B. What's going on?
What's up?
A little of this, a little of that, with the emphasis on the laugh. It wouldn't be a Lil B appearance if we didn't get caught up on Winston, your dog. How old is Winston now?
He's almost 5 months.
And it's aged you by 5 years.
Correct. But great news.
Oh, really?
We got him boarded so we can go on spring break. Mommy's taking a little vacation.
When you said bored, I thought you meant he was bored and you just got him to listen to the Common Man program and he got excited. So boarded, where is he going to be?
Well, he's going to be at a little boarding place out past our house. But so I called and they're like, well, we're pretty full, but we'll put him on the wait list.
They actually have a wait?
Oh, yeah. Because it's very last minute. Like, I understand I shouldn't be getting any special treatment. So I asked the gal, what are the chances? Like, do people cancel? Like, what do we think here? And she was like, sometimes they do. We might have an opening. You never know. But we're pretty full. And I'm just like, great. So we're sitting around. So I'm fine. Put me on the wait list. Sitting around Sunday morning, having my coffee, contemplating my life. And all of a sudden we get the ding. Winston's reservation has been confirmed.
No.
So Mr. Lil B grabbed the computer. Found us a little Airbnb, found us some good flights. Just going to go for a couple days. So you're on your own next week. I'm out for
And
password.
where are you going? Can you say?
Just going to go to Arizona. I'm a big Arizona gal. I like it there.
There's been a musical theme to this anytime we come up with something. I go, Arizona. I don't know the words of the song other than the chorus where it goes, Arizona. The early 70s song. Terrible song.
It seems like it.
But I just thought I would do that for you. So, well, good for you.
Yeah. A little pool time for mommy.
Yeah, a little pool
Thank
time.
God.
Not any, like when you go on a vacation, are you strictly R&R, lay by the pool and don't do things? Or you're not like, let's go hiking and do things like that?
Well, I say let's go hiking, and I met with blank stares from literally every member of my family.
See, well, my boys, they go along on the hikes because they just know, it's if mom wants to go on a hike, let's go on a hike. Yeah. They'll do it. I like hiking, quite frankly. When I go on a vacation, I want some R&R. I don't want to just lay by the pool the whole time. I want to, especially if I'm in a place I've never been before, I want to check it out.
Yeah.
Just kind of see some of the sights. I don't want to do that the whole time. I think there's a mix. I think there's a blend there that you can do.
I need to do like one or two things, and the rest of the time can just be at the house. Because they make these Airbnbs so cool now. Like, you should see the things in this house.
Right.
There's Pop-A-Shot. There's a pool table. There's a putting green. Like, we don't need to leave. And when you have smaller kids, all they want to do is swim. Like, they're pretty low maintenance. It doesn't take a lot. They don't want to go out to eat. They just want to swim from sun up to sundown, which is great because then they're tired. They go to bed, and me and Mr. Little B can just sit there, have a glass of wine, and enjoy our lives.
Glass of wine or glasses of wine?
I meant bottle of wine.
Yeah, okay.
That's my business.
Just checking. Speaking of checking.
Yeah.
Do you double check that the door is locked at your house?
Every night. Because my husband does not. And it doesn't seem to faze him when he leaves it unlocked overnight. Drives me insane.
I've gotten up in the morning. My boys can't believe it. I'll be looking for my car keys. I've left them in the door lock.
My God. What are you doing?
All night long. They've just been sitting there.
Stop.
Inside.
Why don't you just put an arrow outside?
People who always double check if the door is locked tend to have these 9 distinct traits.
Oh, boy.
We all have that friend, or maybe we are that friend, who pauses at the door, gives the knob a second or third wiggle, and then heads out. I do that, too. Mm-hmm. So I'm with you on this. Yeah. So we're going to find out.
Well, and I do it double. So I do the front door, and then I go over to the mudroom and open that door, make sure both garage doors are closed, shut the mudroom door, and make sure that's locked, even though I've already done that. But I do it before I go up the stairs.
You and I would get along really well. We'd be fighting over who's doing that because I know I've closed the garage door. Yeah. I know it. But I always think, what if it accidentally opened up by itself? Because that can happen. Mm-hmm. I mean, usually it's in a bad horror movie, a B horror movie, where it's by itself, but it could happen, right?
But if you go upstairs without checking it, you know you're going to be laying in bed. It's all you're going to think about, and you're going to get up anyway and come all the way back down. So you might as well just do it now.
That is correct. So here we go.
All right.
They are highly conscientious. Conscientiousness is often described as a tendency to be diligent, vigilant, and organized. This kind of person cares deeply about details like whether the stove is off or the door is locked. Are you conscientious? Because I am.
I don't know, like 50%.
Even when they're juggling a million things, they don't just assume everything's fine, they confirm it. In my past life as a digital marketer, I saw this trait come into play whenever we did quality assurance on a big campaign. I like to make sure all car is packed right. I'm one of those people, like, I overpack for a trip because I'm always worried, well, what if I want this and I don't have it?
Yep.
What if all of a sudden I'm at dinner and I spill on something? I can't wear that again now, and then what do I do?
What if it rains? What if it gets colder at night, but I want to sit outside? Yep. All of it.
Number 2, people that double check their doors also have a strong need for control. Lil B! Ever feel uneasy about things you can't fully manage? For many who double check the door, control or semblance of it is essential. It's not always about being controlling in a negative sense. It's about wanting to ensure that everything is as it should be in their environment.
My life.
I'm the same
Hello.
way. I have to.
Correct.
I have to know. That's like when I go golfing and I'm driving a cart, I always drive the cart. I don't care where I'm going. Because if I'm going to die in a fiery golf cart crash, I want to be behind the wheel. Here's number 3. They tend to overthink.
Lil B!
I tend to overthink things as well.
Uh-huh.
Except my job. I don't really overthink.
That's
I just come in and wing it.
clear.
Yes, I just come in and wing it.
Yeah.
I mentioned this before, but it's worth repeating that overthinking isn't always a disadvantage. However, it can be a double-edged sword. People who linger at the front door, mentally replaying the act of locking it, often have minds that run on a loop. I just thought it was because I was loopy, not that it ran on a loop. They imagine scenarios where maybe they didn't quite hear the click right or the lock somehow sprang open again, or perhaps they used the wrong key.
Yep.
And mine is, what if the garage door opened when I was sitting watching TV? How do I know it didn't? Because, people will do this too. Your garage door opener isn't unique to your garage. That's how people break into it. They'll just drive by and click their garage. Thieves.
Really?
They'll just, and eventually it's going to open somebody's garage door.
Well, here's what I get nervous about is the mudroom door.
Yes.
It doesn't latch the best.
Same with mine.
Yeah, so the wind or like the pressure can kind of push it open. And then I think 2 things. One, what if somebody's hiding out in my garage just waiting for us to fall asleep and then he's going to come through the door? Or the door is going to stay open all night and like mice are going to get into the house. That's what I think. Those 2 things.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
And then
I think that way too.
Oh, yeah.
This is kind of sad.
Yeah.
At least I'm glad there are other people that think that. Well, I have one of those things where when if it blows open, garage door open.
Oh, you do?
So then I get up on the couch and I get into the fighter stance. My wife looks at me and I go, I'm going to go check and see if they're there. And of course, the person would beat me to a pulp, but but it's always when I hear that garage door open, then it's so we look at each other and go, did the wind just push it open?
Wow, you have an announcer?
It's part of the security. It's part of the security system.
Well, yeah.
Which I've never used.
Winston is my security system.
Yeah, well, he's sleeping most of the time. Number 4, they're big on responsibility. I've had a close friend who double checks locks, not just at his place, but at my place too, whenever he visits. He's the type who feels personally responsible for the safety and comfort of everyone around them.
Yeah, I'm like that.
You're big on responsibility.
Yes.
Number 5, they notice the little things. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I notice the little things.
Same.
I could be a detective.
You think so?
Oh, I know. I see little things. I'm saying, that looks unusual. Why is that doing that? Why is that person? Why is that where it is when it really shouldn't be? How did that get there? That wasn't there yesterday. Who moved that? Mm-hmm. I think things, it's no big deal, but it's like that salt and pepper shaker was on the table before. Yes. Now it's over in the counter. How did it get there?
That's when my husband rolls his eyes at me. And I'm like, well, somebody moved it. Something's happening.
Maybe you're getting
a lot of eye roll.
Maybe wasn't there a movie called Gaslight And that's when you're trying to drive somebody insane. You'll do those kinds of things to them. You'll move things around.
Just to mess with their head.
Just mess with their head.
Yeah.
They value habit and routine.
Yes.
Do you, Lil?
Yes.
Lil B?
Yes. Don't like change. Like to do things the same every single day. Every day.
Every day.
Yes. I like to eat at this time. I like to start winding the kids down at this time.
I eat at the same time every day. I'm the same way. I like to eat at the same day. Eat lunch at the same time every day.
Yeah.
Number 7, they're naturally cautious. Common.
Yeah, I'm not that.
Cautious.
Yeah, you're very cautious. You're worried you're going to get like killed in a restaurant when you're eating. Like I don't have it that bad.
I always sit with my back to the wall and facing the door.
Yeah. That's a little bit out there. I don't do that.
Oh, yeah. I'm naturally cautious. So sometimes in golf, I'm not. I say I can carry that water hazard 200 yards. Today, I played cautious on number 2, and it still didn't do me any good, and I'm kind of mad about it. Let's see what else. We have 2 more. They are self-aware and introspective. Many times that last-minute door jiggle is done with full awareness. These individuals even laugh at themselves. I know I locked it, but I can't help it. I have to be absolutely sure. This level of self-awareness is often a good sign.
Okay. Then I'm that, yes.
They know their tendencies, they see their habits, and they take a moment to address them, even if it's just a second or two at the door. Self-awareness is crucial because it means you're not operating purely on autopilot.
Yes, that.
Yes, you don't want to just operate on autopilot. No, absolutely not. Then number 9, another song thing. They thrive on certainty. Last but not least, those who double-check the lock usually crave clarity. Some of us are fine with a little ambiguity. Thank you. Trusting we locked the door and moving on, but others need the physical confirmation. It's like the difference between sending an email into the void and wanting to read a receipt. Certainty delivers peace of mind.
I hate read receipts.
You do?
Do you ever get those emails?
Yeah.
Judy's requested a read receipt when you get this. Would you like to provide it? No, I would not, Judy. I'll read this when I want to read it.
How about on your...
I hate that.
How about on your cell phone? Do you have the read thing on your cell phone?
No. Because what if I get a text and I don't feel like responding to that? Or I'll do it later. But then it's like, well, I know she read it.
I have read on mine.
Get serious.
And I like what other people... I like to know that even if they ignore it and don't get back to me right away, I want to know they at least got it. So I'm like, have they died in a fiery car crash? Where are they? Why aren't they responding to
Right.
me? So,
well, the read receipt, though, is on your end.
Oh.
You have to set it up yourself. Like, do you want people to see when you have read their messages?
I think I've got that set up on mine.
I do not.
And I have other people. I like people that have it.
Zacho, do you have it?
I think I turned it off.
Yeah, for that very reason.
I can understand
You'll get back to them when you see fit. Do you know what? When you said the autopilot thing, tell me if you ever do this. Because this happens to me, and I'm not proud of it. But as you're driving, do you ever go through like a stoplight or whatever, and then you think to yourself, "Oh my God, was that even green? I don't know that I was looking. I was just driving. Like I was just on autopilot going." And I'm sure it is because I wouldn't. Your natural instincts aren't to drive through it if it's red.
Right.
But do you ever do that too? Like you wonder,
what part of town do you live in? I want to avoid that at all costs.
Does that ever happen to you?
I don't think so.
Or where you drive to work and you're like, God, how did I get here today? Like because you were thinking about something so hard, you were just. And you're doing the same drive every day, but you had something on your mind, and all of a sudden you're at your destination, and you're just like, God, I don't even remember.
I talked about that this
exiting
morning.
to get here. Did you?
Exact thing happened this morning.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, am I already supposed to get off on 100 here? Like,
yes.
I blacked out, I think, for 20 of my 30-minute drive here this morning.
It happened to me this morning as I was driving and had baby V in the back seat, and I went through like the same path I always take, and I was like, God, was that light green?
And you know what I was thinking
I didn't
of?
even think about it.
You know why I was so in deep thought?
Because of the gopher.
The gopher thing, exactly.
He was still bitter.
I was still steaming.
That's clear.
It's abundantly clear.
It's abundantly clear.
Someone says one of these days Common will choke on the air and die.
Okay. It's aggressive.
Well, I don't think I'm going to choke on the air. I could, because when you're talking.
Yeah. You choke a lot. I've never seen Mr. Lil B constantly gets food down the wrong pipe.
I swallow
he
air.
He chokes more than a 2-year-old child.
I swallow air all the time.
Why?
I don't know. When you're talking and you're eating, all of a sudden, and then you have to pound yourself on the chest because it hurts so bad. You've never swallowed air?
I have swallowed air, yeah. It's terrible. It's the worst feeling of all time.
It. And it happened like 3 times last night at dinner. I'm telling my wife, I'm sorry I'm like this. She goes, you don't have to apologize. I apologize a lot for things.
Why?
I don't know.
Are you insecure?
I don't know. I just think I need to say I'm sorry for things.
I feel like you've never said sorry to me.
I don't think I've ever done anything I needed to say sorry about, have I? I'm sorry I haven't said sorry. Should we break?
Sure, why not?
I'm going to finish lunch. We got a couple of other things to talk about as well. And then we got you and Fallness today against Max
Me and Fallness are good at this game.
Yeah, you guys are. I think it should be fun. That's coming up at 1:30 here on The Fan.
Wolves.
Podcaster Tom Segura is hitting the road. Catch him when he brings the Come Together Tour to the Xcel Energy Center on Friday, April 18th. Don't miss out on this hilarious night of comedy. Enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets at KFAN.com keyword calendar. That's KFAN.com keyword calendar to enter today.
Did you watch that? Did they have like the 50-year anniversary of a Saturday Night Live?
I just watched a ton of the clips on Insta. That's kind of how I catch SNL now, because they basically post them all.
Okay. I've not watched Saturday Night Live since the original back in 1975. I think it started when it had Aykroyd and Belushi and Jane Curtin and Gilda Radner and Garrett Morris, et cetera. It said Dan Aykroyd. Did I say Aykroyd already? They had one of my favorite bits they had was the thing that wouldn't leave. So Belushi was the guy sitting on the couch and the people are trying to get him to leave the house. Yeah. You know, you've overstayed your welcome. And he just wouldn't leave. The thing that wouldn't leave, right? This is from Global English Editing, one of my favorite websites. Mm-hmm. If you recognize these 8 signs, you've outstayed your welcome in someone's home.
Common in the office.
Well, here we go. Number 1, your host is constantly checking the time.
Lil B!
Looking at that watch. We all have busy lives, and it's completely normal for someone to occasionally glance at their watch or phone. But if your host is constantly checking the time, it could be a sign that they're waiting for you to leave.
Is that like also when I put my earbuds in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Number 2, you're always the last one to leave.
Common!
I do stay here a lot longer than I should.
Yeah.
Everybody else just leaves. Well, I like talking with people and being friendly and socializing.
Yeah.
I can't help it that you don't like me.
Nobody said that. Sometimes we just want to go.
Looking back at my own experience, I remember going to a friend's dinner party. The food was great, company enjoyable. The conversation was flowing, but as the night drew on, I noticed that people started to leave one by one. Before I knew it, I looked around. I was the last guest left. Have you ever done that?
I haven't.
At a dinner party or?
I haven't, but when we were in our 20s, like Guardsy, Tenna, all of us here, we'd all hang out, have a lot of parties and hang out together. And one of our buddies was just always notorious for staying up, and he would just talk and talk and talk, and it would be 4 a.m. And we would be like, we got to go to bed. We can't listen to you talk anymore about yourself, your problems. And he would just go and go. I mean, there was one time I remember sitting there and the sun was coming up. And it was just like, I got to go to bed. I can't sit here and talk to you anymore.
When the sun's coming up, that is a sign that you've overstayed your welcome. Here's
Correct.
number 3. They're not engaging you in conversation. They're now beginning to ignore you.
Lil B!
Common. Not engaging in conversation. And I have lots of things to talk about. Here's number 4. They've run out of refreshments. Beer's gone. You might want to leave.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Because I think that is the case. Well, not a case of beer, but the case is if you make sure you have not a full fridge of beer,
yeah,
a lot of people will just say, oh, they're out of beer here. I'll go somewhere else.
Or like if it's my office, making sure I don't refill my candy dish. That I think is the ticket.
How about this one? The atmosphere feels different. Sometimes it's not about the visual signs or the words spoken. Sometimes it's about the feeling in the air. If you've been visiting someone, you start to feel that the warmth and welcoming vibe is shifted. Mm-hmm. It might be a sign that you've overstayed your welcome. And that does happen. Usually you have this welcoming vibe. As I see it as soon as I walk in with the sign that says nope. I see it right away and I feel it. And then all of a sudden that vibe goes away.
Yes.
Number 6, they've stopped making future plans. There was this one time when I was visiting my friend out of town. We had initially planned for me to stay for 2 days, but when I suggested extending it to a week, I noticed a change in their demeanor. Hey, we're having so much fun. I'm going to stay a few more days. You're breaking up.
Crickets.
Number 7, they've started to reclaim their space. If your host has started to clean up around you, clear the table, or subtly start their usual routine, like getting ready for bed or starting the morning regimen, it might be a signal that your visit is extended long enough.
That's the number one signal, I think. They're doing dishes, they're wiping all the counters off, and you're still sitting there. Get the hint.
Number 8, the final one. Trust your intuition. Above all, trust your gut. If something feels off and you're getting the feeling you should leave, it's probably time to leave.
Yeah.
It's probably.
Do you have good intuition?
I've got women's intuition.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of I have several feminine qualities.
Yeah.
One is I love to shop. I love wearing women's underwear. It's part of my turn on.
Yeah.
And women's intuition. That's good to have. Right?
Yeah.
You've got it, right?
Yeah.
It's a good thing to have.
Oh, yeah.
So, overstaying, you're welcome. I got the message from you loud and clear.
I know, but you don't seem to do anything about it.
I didn't realize that. Now I know.
I'm not going to say any names. There used to be somebody that worked here, and there's currently somebody that works here that does not pick up on the cues of this conversation is done. Like, we've
and
repeated.
I'm that person?
No, you're not.
Oh.
I just tell it to your face if you were.
Okay.
But there have been times where I am physically coat on, purse on shoulder, walking to the door, and they would still be talking.
Swedberg?
No. It's just too much talky for me. I'm not saying who it is.
It is Abbott.
It's not Abbott. No. Abbott's short and sweet, to the point. But it's just, like, can you not tell I am backing away from you?
And then what's the other one?
Somebody that used to work here.
Okay.
And somebody that currently works here.
Oh, I see. Okay. I don't. I just pump my fist and back out the door.
But it's just like, you're following me into the elevator. Can we be done with this conversation? It's too long.
But I got a lot to say.
No, I don't like long conversations. Just get to the point. What do you need? Okay? And I don't need you to repeat yourself 3 times. I got it. Highly intelligent, high level, long time.
It comes from being on the radio. When you start your show at 12 o'clock, and it gets to be 12:03 and you start to talk. If I get to the point right away, it's 12:04, and then I go, I got 8 more minutes. What am I going to do? So that's why you talk more and add all sorts of words and phrases and story. You see what I'm saying? That's what you have to do.
But that's on the radio.
Well, but that it just becomes that just becomes you after a while. It's really hard not to be able to do that. I'm sorry, I'm obvious.
It's not you.
Oh, are you sure?
Yes, that's not who I'm referring to. I'll tell you off the air.
Zacco.
No, it's not Lacko.
Maxo.
No, Maxo. No.
Faldus.
No.
He's joining you next. Max is with me. We're going to play a little program password here on the Common Man program on the Fan.
Get down to Tom's Watch Bar in Minneapolis next Thursday and join the Power Trips Meat Sauce for a KFAN Wolves watch party. We'll have Timberwolves versus Nets live on the big screens, delicious food and drinks, and your chance to secure exclusive KFAN swag and a chance to qualify for Wolves season finale tickets. Get all the details now at KFAN.com, keyword calendar.
It's time for program password here on the Fan. And as we dive into it, a text message just came in. It says, I'm guessing Lil B's not thrilled about being teamed up with Fallness, and who can blame her? It would be like being told you have been signed to a professional basketball team and finding out it's the Washington Generals.
So not necessary.
But she was able to somehow pull out a win with Muss several weeks ago, so anything's possible.
Is that right? You and Muss won?
No, I won.
Oh.
Muss was sitting there.
Gotcha.
He stumbled into a couple of answers.
Awesome.
He used 2 words at one point.
Yeah.
And then I think
what was that again?
He used 2 words, and then he also used the word.
Oh, my God.
In another one.
Word.
Yeah.
Like the password.
The password was fast, and he goes, fast. No, you can't do that.
I've done that.
I've done that once.
Yeah.
But I've won with Fallness. You and I have one.
You shouldn't sound so surprised.
No,
I'm not Muss. Like, Muss is bottom of the barrel. I'm at least 2 or 3 rungs up from that.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about
And
it.
I'm with the Drip Brothers.
Yes, sir.
Maxo.
We're back. I got jealous after seeing the connection you had with Julia last
that's it.
week.
It was so good. I basically, right on the air, said, I didn't even have to take you aside and say, look, kid, you're like when you get cut from a team.
Right.
You know, hey, look, kid, I know you've really been good, but I found somebody else.
You just broke up with me in public.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's because think about it. We were so, I mean, it was just like,
The connection was palpable.
Telepathy or whatever it's called. Yeah, it was really good. But you know what? I've come to my senses. And no, that's all right. To be you and I again to the bitter end.
I hope so.
Yeah, let's hope so. We don't need to play. You're not going to play or are you going to play the Open?
Oh, yeah.
Play the Open.
I got to.
And how about this, Max? I want you to introduce me when we get to that part, all right?
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Password. Come on, give the password. Give the password.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to play Progrum Password. Here's your host,
The Twin Cities' fastest young rising program password host and sexiest man in the Twin Cities, Zacko!
Should have had a speech prepared. Damn it!
You took the crown from me,
If
Zach.
anybody remembers, Zach is he's hosted one program pass. Well, half a program
Half a
password.
program password.
Because he got pulled.
We physically removed
Yeah,
him.
we had to physically remove him because it was a struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
not good.
I asked him about it, and he said because he's been behind the scenes doing this week after week after week with the video and all that, he feels very confident that he can pull it off today.
Okay.
So we'll see how it goes.
All right, program pass reminder. You can watch us at KFAN.com/watch. We have Common and Max taking on Lil B and Kevin Fallness. We already screwed it up. Unbelievable. All right, so we'll start with Common, who is 82 and 83 all time.
I just can't. Well, I get to 500, but I can't.
Can't
and
hold on
every
to it.
once in a while, I get a game over 500. I can't make any separation in the positive way, and I'm hoping to do that one of these years.
Well, with a win, you would get to 500, and Max would go above 500. He is 9 and 9.
Okay.
Number 9.
However,
Number 9?
if you
500
lose, you guys are 5 and 4 together all time. So you would fall to 500 with a loss. So let's get a win here. Let's get above
there's
the water here a bit.
I dropped the ball in the fourth quarter last game that we were together, but it's okay. It's okay. Don't call it a comeback.
Someone just said this has disaster written all over it.
I don't disagree.
I'm in fear, I'll be honest.
Lil B,
Yeah.
89 and 68 all time.
That's very good.
With the win, she gets 90.
Let's do that.
Win number 90. With the loss, she gets loss number 69.
Nice.
Kevin
You're welcome.
Fallness, 4 and 13 all time.
Seriously.
With the first pick in the National Football League draft.
And Lil B and Fallness together, 1 and 4.
Oh.
So,
That doesn't seem right.
I feel like the one was against me, though.
yeah. So,
Make
gonna
it
be
2.
fine.
Yeah, we're going to double it
It's
up
gonna
right
be
now.
fine.
all right. So let's do this here.
Okay.
We of course we will have Lil B and Max look at the iPad and bear with me here. Here we go. I'll try not to screw this up.
Okay.
The password is treadmill. You guys see it?
Why did you tell us the word? No, I'm just kidding.
Don't do that to me. All right. We, of course, let the ladies go first here. Program password. Lil B, you have the option play or pass.
Pass.
All right. Common.
Here we go.
Let's go.
The Drip Brothers for 10.
Cardio.
Exercise.
Lil B and Kevin for 9.
Equipment.
Treadmill.
Yes.
Boom. 1 and 4.
That was good.
Yes.
Cooking the book.
Zacko, that was a hard
good.
word.
I thought
that was-
exercise was it, man. I thought we just jumped all over a 10-point
That was a 2-clue one
I
for
got
sure.
so excited.
That was fun. That was fun. All right.
That was a tough word.
Lil
Yeah.
B and Kevin Fallness lead 9-0. Time now for Kevin and Common to take a look at the iPad. The password is luggage. All right. Common, you have the option player pass.
I'll go first.
All right. Common and Max for 10.
Suitcases.
Luggage.
Yes, sir.
Talk about it.
Talk about it. We're going to go on a trip real soon. A trip to
Winnersville, baby.
Yeah.
Act like you've been there.
2 tickets to Winnersville.
I got 2 tickets to paradise.
All right.
Honey, it's a great song.
Common
It's a good song.
and
banger.
Max
What a
lead
layup.
God.
to 9. The Drip Brothers up
Luggage.
by
It
1.
wasn't that hard.
That was a layup, wasn't it?
Yeah, that
it's
was a layup.
I wouldn't even celebrate it.
Lil B and Max, take a look at the iPad. The password is cabin. All right. Lil B, you have the option here.
I'll go first.
All right. Lil B and Kevin for 10.
Log.
Cabin. Woo! Ho hum.
See how we just sit here like, yes.
It's no big deal, you know?
Nine-
My God.
Got him rattled already.
Well, here's what's sad. I didn't hear anything about a layup there.
Right. Yeah, I mean, come on.
19 to 10, Lil B and Fallness now lead Common and Max as we go back and forth here. Time now for Common and Kevin to take a look at the iPad here. The password is Razor. All right. The option with Common now.
We're going to go first.
All right. Common for 10.
Ruddock.
Kevin and Lil B for 9.
Shave.
Beard? I don't know what Ruddock is.
Common
guys,
and
I'm
Max
sorry.
for 8.
Donovan.
Razor.
Yeah, Donovan.
Oh, got it too late.
I knew that.
It came to me right when the buzzer hit. I was like, oh,
Hell of a fighter.
what's
hell of a
Ruddock?
fighter. He's an
Some
old
fighter
boxer.
that they both know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Donovan Razor Ruddock. What a fighter. That was really
Fighter.
good.
Speaking of fights, that was a KO right there, baby.
From the Slater Slugger.
Common and Max pull within 1 of Lil B and Kevin. Fallness, it's 19 to 18. Common and, or make that Lil B and Max. Take a look at the iPad. The password is curtain. All right, Max, you have the option. Player pass.
We'll go first.
Max and Common for 10.
Drapes.
Curtains.
Jeez, layup.
And it's curtains.
Good
for
one,
Lil
Helvey.
Oh, baby. And it's curtains for
Come
Lil
on,
B.
Helvey. The JV list.
Zach, what is happening with these words?
Oh, my God. Drapes.
Exactly.
What would you have said?
No, you're making easy words. You gotta be able to go back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, we got some, we're mixing them up. We got to throw some, you know what? All right, the score, Common and Max, 28. Lil B and Kevin Fallness, 19. Time for Common and Fallness to look at the iPad. The password is helmet. All righty, Kevin, it is your turn to decide.
Second.
He will pass. All right, Common and Max
Aren't you something?
for 10.
Aren't you something? Cole.
Char.
Kevin and Lil B for 9.
Batters.
Box.
Common and Max for 8.
Protection.
Shield.
Lil B and Kevin for 7.
Headwear.
Gear.
Common and Max for 6.
Football.
Helmet.
Yes.
There we go.
See, the Cole was to throw people off because it was too easy. Helmet Cole used to run Germany.
See, I knew that. We were playing the long game.
Yeah.
I knew that. Just I was trying to throw them off.
I thought we had it though.
Well.
I did think we had it.
Psychological.
He was like the leader of the Grand Poobah party is in Germany. Helmet Cole. Well, if I go.
I get it.
That's
I
why
totally get it.
That's why you knew that was a 2-word clue. You were not going to get it on the
Nope.
Not a chance.
See, that was elite level play.
Yeah,
34-19. Common and Max now lead Lil B and Kevin Fallness. Max and Lil B, look at the iPad. The password is oven. All right. What would you like to do, Lil B?
I'll try first.
Lil B and Kevin Fallness for 10.
Stove.
Oven. Oh, my God.
For a second
I thought he was
going
gonna
to stumble.
I thought he was going to say tap.
I had a lot of things going on up here.
Is that a hard enough word for you?
Yeah.
That was hard.
34
What a challenge.
to 29.
It's going to be over before 10 minutes to 2.
Then what are you going to do?
I don't know.
Okay.
Wing it.
5-point game as we head to the iPad for Common and Kevin. Take a look at it. The password is tractor. All right. Kevin, you have the option.
I think I'll go second.
All right. Common and Max for 10.
Combine.
Scout.
Kevin and Lil B for 9.
Harvest.
Fall.
Common and Max for 8.
Machinery.
Tractor.
Yeah.
No, that's...
I take responsibility
Aren't you?
on that one.
Aren't you?
Maxwell?
We're at halftime already.
I mean, you know.
What's the score?
The score is 42-29.
Yes, sir.
Common and Max lead Lil B and Kevin Fallness.
To get this to 2:13,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to talk real slow. We'll come back with more program password here on the Fan.